In this video we're gonna to know about the probability, and I want you to know how the question comes in probability and the ways of the questions. First one is a word problem. So easy word problem to can give the probability. Second one, in the table within table to get the probability of each given that he wants about. Third one is about combined probability. It's like tree diagram, okay? So here let's start with the so easy word problems. Okay, here I have a dice and I threw a dice and I wanted the probability of the outcomes, okay? First of all, I should know the probability of outcomes of dice is 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So I have 6 outcomes like here. Okay. The events here. Look at here as I write here for you. A. The event of even numbers is how many times? Yes, 3. I have 2 and 4 and 6, right? Okay. What about B? Odd numbers. Amazing. It's only 3 as I have odd numbers 1 and 3 and 5. What about bigger than 4? The numbers that begin than 4 is 5 and 6. Only 2 numbers. Okay, smaller than 3. Yes, 2, 2. As I have only less than 3 or smaller than 3, 1 and 2. What about smaller than 5? Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. So I have 4. Smaller than 7. Amazing, 6. All the 6 outcomes may be smaller than. It will be smaller than 6. Okay, bigger than 6. No, no outcome may be bigger than 6. Okay. Okay, here as we know the events and number of outcomes that may be get from the events. So let's see the probability of each one. Okay. How the question is here is about what is the probability the event A will happen, or what is the chance of getting an even number when rolling a die or throwing a die. Okay. Here, what is the probability that event A will happen? So the probability of A is number of event that happened over number of the total outcomes. Okay, so number of the happen of the event or number of A, as here I named is A, it will be what? Amazing, 3 over number of the all outcomes or the sum of outcomes, like I named it NS, it will be 6. So I can simplify it to get 1 over 2 or 0.5 or 50%. As you must know, I can write the answer in a fraction way or decimal way or percent way. Okay, coming to second probability here. What is the probability the event B will happen? So I will write probability of B equals N of B, number of the event B, over number of the sum of or of the total of it. So number of B is 3 over 6 to simplify it to get half. Okay, here for E, smaller than 5. So the number of the probability of E is number of the event over number of the sum of outcomes of all of outcomes. So it will be 4 over 6 equals 2 over 3 and so on. Here for number F, what is the probability that event F will happen? Probability of F Here, the probability of F equals NF over NS. As we said, NF is the number of the event over NS, the total of outcomes. So number of event is 6 over 6. So it will be equals 1. And it's called certain. Certain, yani of course it will happen, okay? Of course, the probability of this will be the number is greater than 7. Or, sorry, smaller than 7. So it's certain. Any outcome will be equal or will be smaller than 7. Okay. What about here? What is the probability that event G will happen? Okay, G here is bigger than 6. Okay, of course it's not happen. Why? It's impossible to happen. The probability of the event will be greater than 6? No, because I have here from 1 to 6. So it will be 0 over 6 equals 0. So this event impossible to happen, okay? So as I told you, we can write the probability in decimal numbers or fraction or here percent number, okay? So let's see here. I have here something is called mutually exclusive or unmutually exclusive. What does that mean? If I have here probability of A and probability of B, probability of A is half and probability of B is half. Okay, A and B are mutually exclusive or unmutually exclusive. The meaning of mutually exclusive that it can't happen in one time or in one event. How is it? Can I throw a dice and I have even an odd number in one throw? Which means if I throw a dice and it's 3 can be odd and even in the same time? Of course not. So it's called mutually exclusive. Mutually, that's mean no way I have both events in one throw. You got it? Okay. But it can be complement, right? Complement, how is it? A is complement of B, which means probability of A plus probability of B equals 1. Or probability of A equals 1 minus probability of B, which means probability of A may be 1 minus probability of not A, as probability of B is complement of probability of B. Okay. Here, in the events of C and D, PC is third and PD is third. Okay, our C and D mutually exclusive events, which means if I threw a dice and I got maybe 2, okay, maybe this number be bigger than 4 and smaller than 3? Of course not. So it's called mutually exclusive, which means no way the same happens in one throw. If I got 1, the 1 is bigger than 4 and smaller than 3? Of course not. It's smaller than 3, but it's not bigger than 4. So the 2 events cannot happen in one throw. So it's called mutually exclusive event. Okay. Okay, so here, if I threw a dice and the event of A and E, A the even number and E is the smaller than 4, mutually or not? Yes, it's not mutually, it's unmutually. Why? Because if I throw a dice, for example, and I got 2, 2 is even? Yes. 2 is smaller than 5? Yes. So I have 2 events can happen in one throw, so it's called unmutually or not mutually. So it's not mutual. Okay, it's not complementary or complementary. No, it's not complementary. Why? Because the sum of the both probability is not equals 1. To get the complementary events, I should the probability of A and plus the probability of E equals 1. That's the meaning of complementary events. The sum of them equals 1. Okay? Okay, let's see this example to solve it together. Sifu has 30 mathematical shapes in a bag. If you choose one without looking, tell me probability of a square. Equals 0. And probability of triangles equals 1. Probability of blue triangle equals 0.1. Probability of red triangle equals 0.5. Probability of green triangle equals 0.4. Okay, what is the question here? He told me what is the meaning of this answer. If the probability of a square equals 0, what does that mean? That means it's impossible and no way in this bag there is a squares, right? So the number of squares equals 0. Okay, what is the probability if it's triangle? If the probability of triangle equals 1, which means it's certain all the shapes are triangles, so the number of the triangle is what? Amazing, 30. Why? Because it's certain, which means all are triangles. Okay, coming to here. If the probability of blue triangles equals 0.1, what does that mean? Which means the probability of triangle 0.1 equals number of the blue triangle, like here, over number of the sum is 30. It's here. The probability of blue is 0.1, so I will write here 0.1. The total number here is 30. I wanted to get the number of the blue, so I will multiply 0.1 times 30 to get 3. You got it? And so on. The number of red, amazing, the same. I will write the probability of red here equals 0.5 multiplied by the number 30 to get 15. In number of green, amazing, so on. 0.4 multiplied by 30 to get 12. Okay. Are the event choosing a red triangle and choosing a blue triangle mutually exclusive? Can you tell me? Is that mutually exclusive? Of course, yes. How I can get a triangle and it will be red and green or red and blue or red and whatever in the same time. Of course, it's only one color. So it's mutually exclusive as the two events can't happen in one event or one trial to pick up one. You got it? Okay. Thank you.